I hope you're well and keeping safe and generally are doing all right. I know it seems a bit of a weird setup today, so apologies that last week we weren't able to do our session, but we are back this week, huzzah! And we are doing some wax crayon candles. So this is the reason why I've got a hob in front of me while I've got a saucepan which has got some water in it so you can see the steam coming off. And I'm quickly going to run through our materials and we're going to get started, guys. So wax crayons, candles. Obviously, we've got some wax crayons involved here. So in my pot just here, I've got a lovely variety wax crayons. Some of them are broken, some of them are whole, just variety. So if you've got some of these at home, doesn't matter if they're broken, doesn't matter if what sort of shape they're in. Actually, if they're broken, they're actually quite good because obviously you can still use crayons if they're broken, but if you want a different use for them, if they're kind of becoming at the end of it, this is a really great thing to do with them. Also, I have got some old glass jars here. I've also got some paper cups, so you could use these. These are going to put our wax in, and also for candles, we need wicks. So these are our lovely wicks, and these you can pick up from craft stores. You can get them online, and they're actually relatively cheap, so that's always helpful. So excellent. So we are going to get cracking because we're going to do some rainbow effects. You could just do one colour, you could mix up your colours. We're going to do a little variety here. So it's totally up to you how you want to do it. There's no right and wrong. And I'm going to switch so we can just see. There we go. I just want this camera ready. Basically, I want you to be able to see this going on here. There we go. So, as a little preparation beforehand, I got some wax, which has already started to kind of solidify because it's wax. You don't know if you ever got like wax on your finger or anything, it just dry really quickly. Very similar. Same wax that you get in candles. Obviously it's just coloured. There we go. So all I'm going to do, I'm just putting this in hot water and I've just got some old jugs. So if you've got like an old pan, if you've got an old container, you can do this the same. You see I put this in hot water and it's moving about really quickly. So all I did just to do this is I got my wax crayon. I like to break it up, which is very satisfying. I just take the paper off, break it up into bits and put it into my jug until it's melted. So I'm just going to wait till that little bit is melted. And I'm going to stand up because it's a little bit awkward doing this, sitting down, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm going to start off with one of my glass jars. I'm going to put it in front of us so you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to put my wick inside. So you see it's kind of bent over at the minute. I'm just going to stand that up like so. And this is a great one to do with kids. Now the one thing I haven't got in place is my peg, but to begin with I'm just going to stand my wick up. Should be absolutely fine. So I've got it roughly, you guys can see, middle-ish. If you want it right in the middle, my top tip is you get a peg either side and it just sits it in the middle. But looking at that, it's not too bad. And you know what? When you buy candles, they're never in the middle, are they? They always seem to shift. So I'm going to pour this straight in. Ready? You're going to see it come down now. And that was just one wax candle. And I'm going to heat this up again. I'm just going to move it about in the glass. Move it about, just so it sets. Get a bit more out of that. Here we go. And you'll see that will set. Look, that's not moving anytime soon. So you can either decide if you want to continue with the same colour. I think I want a bit more purple. So what I'm going to do, get some more purple crayons. I'm going to move my pan to the side. I'm going to turn my heaters off. And I'm going to get some more of my purple crayons, chop them all up in here, and get them going. Actually, I'm going to put that there. That one is not on, so I can put my jug on this one. Ta-da! There we go. So, but I hope everybody's doing all right. How is everybody's week going? I'm going to get some purple crayons. So again, all I'm going to do, really pleasing. And the reason I snap them is it's a little bit easier to get at the paper. I used to do this I shouldn't probably admit this. When the crayon snapped, I used to do this as a kid. I didn't do it if they didn't snap. I don't know, I used to find it satisfying in taking the paper off. Honest mum, I didn't take the paper off otherwise. So all I'm going to do, make it into smaller bits, small as you can get. So just kind of bits like that, straight into the jug. So just peeling the paper off. Now I don't have any like sharp nails or anything, so you don't need to have nails or anything to do this. Which is excellent news for me because I never do. When you're doing all the crafting like I am, always messy. So never. Oh, this is a slightly different shade of purple. Excellent. So we're going to get a little two-tone effect. It might mix together. But what we're going to do is going to build up our candle. So we're going to have some different colours. So it's kind of a mix of using things up that you've got with a couple of little extra bits. And if you haven't got any crayons about, then luckily crayons are nice and cheap and cheap, which I like. Crayons are very understated. I don't know why it is that we get past sort of a certain age and we're like, oh no, don't like crayons anymore. You don't really meet a fine artist or a famous artist who uses crayons, do you? If somebody can find me one, I'll be intrigued. I've not come across one. Turner Prize winner uses crayons. Very satisfying noise. Oh, that was very good. Came from one piece. I like that. I use all my shrimp. No, not happening. Yeah, this is the third crayon. I'm going to go for one more, I think. And see how they get on. What I might do is really like that because it just like peels off and goes back in. Very pleasing. Oh. What do you reckon? One more for luck? Yeah, one more for luck. The good thing about kind of this waxing, you can actually get like different layers of colours. So you can get like rainbow effects or whatever colours you like because the wax dries so quickly. Which is excellent. Got a little bit of work here, obviously, with the peeling of the paper. But it is worth it. And the wax doesn't take very long to map. So all I'm doing now, I've got my crayons in there. I'm going to put that. Hello Bianca, how are you? So I'm putting the crayons in the hot water. I'm going to turn up my little heater. It shall not take very long. You can see inside. Inside. I think if we're doing cooking, it would be like a bain-marie. Although I would definitely not recommend using wax crayons. Would not taste very nice. At all. But you can see it starts to melt fairly swiftly. You can kind of just leave it to its own devices. Just keep an eye on your handle. I'll kind of leave it towards the back. And you can work on your next colour, because obviously it does take a little bit of time to peel off the colours. I might do, what do you reckon, a bit of contrast? Or we're going to go rainbow style? I think I'm going to contrast. I'm going to go orange. So I've got some orange crayons and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to peel off the paper already. Keeping an eye on my wax. And I think that's prepping away. But I like things like this where it's kind of a little bit of work in progress. It takes a bit of time, but actually you kind of get that finished result. And the finished result always like, yes, I made that. I like when a little project or an idea comes together. I always feel a bit like the tortoise from the Tortoise and the Hare. So that slow and steady wins the race. It's always not about having a quick result, but having something that you're like, you know what, I'm actually quite proud of that. We're melting away, there we go. Get in there, get in there. And so it doesn't take too long. Keeping an eye on that handle, because obviously we are plastic. We don't want any melty handle. with it. It's been quite a creative day for us. Tuesday is all about like creativity for us now. Well, not that most days are quite creative for us, but Tuesday is definitely all the creativity. I'm going to turn this down because my water is bubbling. There we go. You see, we're getting melted. About another 30 seconds, I reckon, and that'll be all melted. So you basically want it so it all melts into one. You want it so it's pourable. At the moment, not quite there. I'm going to turn this off because the heat of the water will stay there for quite a while. So on our Tuesdays in the morning at the moment, we have got, hello Steve, how are you? Just saying our Tuesday mornings are now, at the moment we are running our Crafting for Wellbeing program at the moment. We're into our second program. And this is our Crafting for Anxiety, that's right. We're on week 3, and today's been all about music. Hello, Team Yard. All the peoples. So yeah, we've been listening to music and actually just kind of thinking about how that music influences our mood and how it can pick us up and can impact kind of our moods, and also can help us when we're feeling anxious. And we did some sort of drawing and reactional sort of doodling to different types of music, and everybody picked a song, which was great. Everybody picked totally different styles of music and all sort of different upbeat stuff, but all in totally different ways, which was really great. It was really kind of interesting to have those conversations because it's not an easy thing to do either. We don't always kind of have that permission to do that sort of thing. It's not a generally. I don't know about you. I used to get told off quite a bit for doodling in my books at school. Ooh, but there we go. Look, can you see how it's really pourable now? So this is the stage that we wanted. So I'm going to dunk it right in. I want all of that wax. And then I'm going to dunk it in. I'm going to stand up, maybe steady, and we're going to pour it into this lovely fella. Ready? Ready, ready. And we're going to pour. So we've got getting there. I need to get rid of this wax. See a bit more. I'm trying to get all the wax. A bit like when you melt chocolate. Just using a spoon just to get some of that excess off. Go right in the bottom. Okay. we're going to start on our next colour. Right. Last little bit. Let's see how much we can get in. Right, I'm just going to put it to the side. Sorry guys, a little bit off camera. Just so I can get it all in. Okay. So you guys can see. So if you want to kind of move it around a bit, you can just dip it in the hot water. It will just loosen the wax. And you can move it around a bit. So obviously I've sprayed up the side. I don't really mind that because you'll kind of get that in your design. So I don't mind that. But if you wanted clean layers, then you can just melt it down a bit. And put my little extra wax in there. And then what I want to do, I want to wait for this to solidify. So I just need to set it. And then I'll get all the excess wax out. It's almost all dry. And then we'll start with our next colour. Now you don't have to get rid of these. If you want to use purple again, you can just set this to one side. You've got a little cup like this. Just pop them in there. You can save it. As I would normally say, later on. Ba-boom. Obviously, if you want to be really, really precise, you can get some hot water, clean it all out and stuff. But I'm not too fussed if I get a little bit of mixing. It kind of makes it a little bit interesting. But if you want those nice clean layers, then I would recommend giving your jug or whatever you're using a little bit of a clean prior to doing the next colour. But I'm okay with that. So I'm going to start filling up with orange. So whilst that purple was melting, obviously I was getting on to the orange. Like, oh, you've been so speedy. It's like got some oranges. We might be mixing some colours. Might mix in a bit of brown in there maybe. What do you reckon? Mixing brown or red? Maybe red. Hello! Red. Bianca says red. Okay, we're going for red. Okay. A little bit more orange in there. Okay, so the next layer is going to be like a browny red. You can see our candle is slowly making progress. So obviously you can do it in whatever container you like. Just make sure obviously it's okay to handle wax. I do like candles. I'm a big fan of the candles. Although you'll find this funny, Bianca, because we've had this discussion. I really like pumpkin spice. I bought a really nice pumpkin spice candle. And my mum smelt it because at my house, and she really liked the scent. And then about a week later, she was like, "Oh, what's that smell? It smells like feet." Turned out it was the candle, and she now thinks it smells like feet and does not smell nice anymore. Yes, I thought you would find that funny because you also do not like pumpkin spice candles. So if I light it, or even if the lid is open, she does not approve. Alas. So I have a really nice candle, which I really like, but nobody else does. So I just have to look at it for the time being, which makes me sad. Oh, mango candle. Oh, I like a mango candle. I did buy a candle for the yard earlier. It's apple pie. It's a very small one. It's about that big. Warm apple pie. It's actually quite nice. It's quite subtle, actually. It's not overpoweringly. You can't eat the candle, though. It just smells. It's very cinnamon. Excellent. But not pumpkin spice ones, though. Alas. Oh, okay. Maybe I have to bring it into work. This is being banished from my house. Um, well, yes, I'm glad it was. Getting there. I'm going for more candles. Candles? More crayons this time. So I've got 3 more red ones, and I've got 1 more orange one. So we're filling up. So. Ooh, book club. Do you like a good book club? I'm definitely into more of the audio books at the moment. I just quite like listening. I find it quite I was we were speaking about a book yesterday, I think, by a chap called Mark Brackett. It's kind of, I don't know whether you would call it an academic book, but it's quite easy to listen to, and it's called Permission to Feel, and um, it's all around emotional intelligence, which I'm interested in. And yesterday I was on chapter 5, and I'm just about to finish chapter 11 just by listening to it. So it's I would never read that fast. Oh, you've got 2 copies of Emotions Revealed by Paul Out. Okay, cool. I don't know who that is. Should Google who that is. But yeah, I'm not a fast physical reader, but I can listen to things a lot easier. So I quite like that. Okay, okay, cool. But I think it's quite a. It's yeah. I quite like listening to things. I do like reading, but I'm finding it easier to kind of take things in audio. Almost there. I might start melting these and then add the other one. Come on. Right, I'm going to start melting. In you go. So melting the wax crayons. So you will get a little bit of purple in there, but it won't be a great deal. You won't really notice it. I don't know if I've watched Lightning. Is it a TV program or a radio program? Okay. I've watched Would I Lie to You? So that's like a panel show singing. I feel like this is different. I like it when Bob Mortimer's on Would I Lie to You. It always makes me laugh. I always remember his thing was I can split an apple in half with just my bare hands. And it was true. Right, we're going to wait for that to melt. Its business. I think we might go green and blue next. Thank you, about yeah, right, okay. What channel will I find this program? Oh, amazing. Where we're going. Melty. Well, it's cool when it's like two colours because they don't melt into each other. Melting. Yeah, bubbly. Oh, it looks really cool from the bottom. Look at the bottom. That's cool. Oh, that's proper melting. I've been re-watching some. Ooh, Disney Plus. Okay. Okay. I shall add it to the list of many things. I am expecting Steve to ask me if I've watched Rings of Power, and the answer is no, Steve. I know, I need to watch it. And House of Dragons, yes. Hmm. Sometimes I'm not quite in the right headspace to watch new things at the moment. I don't know if anybody else ever experiences that when, like, I really want to watch new stuff. My brain is just a bit too full for things. Oh, do the candles smell? No, these candles don't smell. It's just wax crayons, but you could add scents to them if you wanted to. If you had a little bit of like an essential oil, you could do that. But look at the colour. Yeah. Right, I'm going to turn this down to begin with one. So yeah, if you are going to add scents to your candles, essential oils is the best because it's in its purest form, and you only need like a couple of drops. All you need. It's quite powerful stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so if you're melting, definitely. If you've got any sort of respiratory problems, asthma, anything like that, if you need to take a break, you got auto. I can't see what that says, Steve, but auto. Auto added. I don't know what that is. What is this? Oh, how rude. Right, that is almost melted. Oh no, another hiccup. Not the one. My younger brother, when he was little, we used to call them the haircut, which just used to make me laugh. Oh, are you taking him today or is it sometime this week? Oh, today. Milestone for Sid. Almost melted. Come on. Splashing up the sand. Cool. Getting some steps. Always a winner. I think this month it's 12, is it, for, I think it's for one of the mental health charities. Like walking 12,000 steps a day. I think we had a little conversation with Northamptonshire Sport to try and do a collective thing. Right, I'm going to try and get all of this wax, give it a good mix. It's not quite all melted. I'm just going to give it a good old mix, get it all in. Don't want to waste it. I think they were like, so if somebody doesn't quite make it at like 12,000 steps, that if we're doing it so many, like if jointly, if we make it, I don't know how many steps that is over a month. Like, je ne sais pas. Okay. Right, I'm gonna lean that up. There we go. Get in there. Even the colour out of it. Just bring it up the side. And we get some more of this red out because there's plenty left in here. This gets caught up in the drip. All the red. All the red. Get it. Hang on a minute, so getting it all over the shop, but we're getting there. You've got splodges all over the place. It's a bit like Jackson Pollock candle. Splodge. So hopefully you kind of, I'm going to get some more red out of this because I don't like waste. Mm. A bit more in it. Get in there slowly, slowly. Heat up the spoon. About as much as we're going to get out, so here we are. I would say about a quarter of the way. I'm going to put those little bits in there because they will melt into when you've got the next colour. So I'm just picking off the little bits on the side. I don't quite want those right at the top. There we go. Yeah, definitely. It's a great way to use up wax crayons. There you go. Bit of extra wax. Gets on your fingers. Just me being messy, as per usual. Right, that'll solidify. I'm going to get, like we did with the purple, get as much out as we can. Ready for our next colour, which I've already got prepared. I've got some green blues. Put those scraps into my little pot. There we go. Plink plunk. Alright, breaking these straight up in here. Obviously we will have a bit of red in here. There we go. And we'll leave that to do its thing. Like so. Oops. Get. Oh, I've got a few more crayons around. Come on. Oh, excuse me a minute, guys. I've just got a parcel turn up.
Hi.
Hiya.
You're number 62.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can just melt all the odd crayons and make a candle. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, look. Just want to see if we've got a couple of blue ones, which I have. Just to make this next layer. And then we're going to kind of wrap up because we're coming up to the end of the session. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue. Let's finish off the candle and I shall post a picture on social media and show you the finished candle. But I am going to use up a few odd bits that I've got as well. just so you guys can see the finished article. Right. So exciting. Ah, thank you very much, Bianca. I hope your adventures at the vets with Sid goes okay, and I shall speak to you soon. So then, look at that colour. I love that colour. So proper blue. And what I'm going to do is get me a spoon and bring all this colour in. Just going to mix it in. Thanks, Bianca. All the magical. Get in there. Let's see how this is going. All my scraps from before. There's those few bits that I scraped out before. Let's put them in there. Ching. Any bits that just dotted about, I'm going to do that. Whilst that's melting, I'm just going to tidy up some of my rubbish. All the bits of paper that's come from the crayons. Put them in my little paper cup. Slowly melting. I just want that last little bit to melt. What I might do is just pour some in to begin with, and then come back and get that to melt. Okay. push that back down. Pushing all the wax back down and get it all to melt. There we go. Put it back in the hot water, and then you see, building up to push it down in the glass, like so. Push it to the sides a bit. You can see how it's building up. Give it another pour. See what, just so you guys can see it better. Let's put it on here. Heat it up again, get all that wax out. We're going to get as much out as we can, and then we're going to give this a little shake. See, it is building up. You can see those colours. I'll leave that one there. So guys, I am going to sign off at the moment, but that's as far as we've got. So we've got 3 colours so far. So obviously it is a little bit messy at the sides, but I don't mind that. As we're going to build up, we're going to get our colours in there. But that is using wax crayons, a glass jar, and a wick. I'm going to put my camera back on so you can see. So I hope you enjoyed tuning in. Obviously, it'll be available on YouTube for as long as you like. Also on Facebook and for Twitch, it'll be available for 30 days as well. And cool, I've just seen Bianca's messaging to give me a shout when she's been to the vets. Awesome. So I'm going to continue, and then I'm going to share with you the final candle. I'm going to let that little layer dry for a moment. And I'll share with you the final candle made out of wax crayons, which I am absolutely loving. But I hope you have a fantastic week, everybody. I will be sharing with you very soon on, this month's monthly Crafternoon. So obviously we're a little bit behind. But thank you very much for tuning in. I shall see you all very, very soon, everybody. But take care, have a fantastic week, and I shall see you later.